This is Kathleen at Santa Clara University in the heart of the Silicon Valley in California. I'm here on this very wet, rainy day, running in and out of raindrops as I'm touring this lovely campus. This is a Jesuit university, and in the Jesuit tradition, they're looking to develop a generation of students who are linked to their communities and think globally. That is what they're trying to accomplish here at Santa Clara, one of many Jesuit universities that are throughout the United States. And in the Silicon Valley, they're in a perfect spot, this campus, to certainly take advantage of the high-tech innovation. We are surrounded by Google, by Facebook, by Oracle. Apple is also close by. So for students here, certainly for internships, for mentorships, you can't get much better than being in the Silicon Valley. A little bit about admissions here. About 49% of the students who apply are accepted. For me, Santa Clara University is a perfect size university. It's under 6,000 students. In fact, they have about 5,500 undergrads and about 3,000 graduate students. So you're not in a big university of 30,000 and you're not in a really small one. So the interesting thing about the admissions rate here, if the admissions rate is 49%, there's another figure that I think all of you need to know about. Santa Clara University not only does regular decision, but does early decision and early action. Early decision is binding, early action is not. So Santa Clara took about 60% of their early decision applicants. So those students who applied early decision were accepted and they had to say yes to the university. The early action students, they took 67% of the early action students. So those students didn't have to come here. They could still wait to hear from other schools and then make their choice. As far as regular decision goes, regular decision acceptance rates ran about 40%. So there's a big difference between a regular decision student and an early action, early decision acceptance rate. And I think for students looking at this school and seriously looking at Santa Clara, I would say definitely do early action. Santa Clara is also one of those schools on the quarter system. And for students around the world and the country, I'd like to explain a little bit about the quarter system. It is not a semester, 4 months on campus, 3 weeks off, 4 more months on campus. This is different. The quarter system, like other quarter systems around the United States, is 10 weeks you're in classes. The 11th week you take your finals. The 12th week you're on probably Christmas break in December. Then you start another 10 weeks of classes, 1 week of finals, and then you have spring break. Your third quarter is running late April, May, and into June. 10 weeks of classes, 1 week of final, and then you're off for the summer. So what happens is within the first 3 weeks of coming here on campus, you're going to be taking a midterm. So things move very rapidly and you have to be prepared to think quickly, to move rapidly, to be prepared for exams very quickly. It's very different from high school, which works on a semester basis. The students I've spoken to around campus, which were freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, all said they love the quarter system because they get in and out of classes really quick. They're able to move on to something else that interests them. So for them, everyone I spoke to said they love the quarter system. One of the departments in Santa Clara is the School of Business, with about 22% of the students in the School of Business and Marketing. After that is the engineering program with 16%. I just was walking into the School of Business building, which is called the Levy School of Business. Levy is one of the co-founders and head of software development at Oracle. He came here to Santa Clara and was so impressed on the way they taught business and their philosophy on business that he donated a great deal of money, and now it is the Levy School of Business. So you can see how that link between the Silicon Valley and Santa Clara is very, very, very strong and a real plus for students coming here to Santa Clara. The wonderful thing I found about the engineering program is all engineering students have the ability to stay and do a master's degree. So you come here, you start your bachelor's, you stay for your 5th year, and you have a bachelor's and a master's degree. I think that's a real win for students. You don't have to reapply. to another school, you are here, you stay on campus, and you're done with 2 degrees. So anybody looking at engineering programs, I would definitely consider Santa Clara because of that. A couple of fun facts about Santa Clara. Santa Clara entered a competition for a tiny house competition. In a tiny house competition, there were teams from all over the United States and the world, and they had to create a tiny little house that was solar powered, that was totally made of recycled material. They came in third in this international competition. They were behind MIT and a team from Spain. So great job, Santa Clara. Kudos to you for being number 3. Very innovative. In fact, what I have just heard is that little house on campus is now on the market and will be sold because there's a big growing interest in getting tiny houses for people all over the United States, especially in the urban areas. Because it's a Jesuit university in the Catholic tradition, does everybody here Catholic? No, they're not. In fact, they said only about 40 or 50% of students are Catholic. However, you are required to take at least 3 courses in either religion or philosophy, and that might scare some of you away. So I wanted to read you some of your options on religion and philosophy. And I found these to be kind of a fun fact about Santa Clara. So here's some classes, or of your choice of taking, when you have to take your 3 philosophy or religion courses. Zen meditation. My tour guide said he had to meditate for 30 minutes every day, and that was part of his assignment every day. And he said he really got a lot out of it. It helped him focus on his study, and he still continues to do that. That was one of his religion classes. Another one is Religions of the Book. And he had to read the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. And he found it fascinating because one of his minors is Middle East studies, so he would have never thought of reading the Quran, and he said it really has helped him academically. The other one is Theology of Marriage, Star Trek through the Bible. I have no idea what that's about. I find that's a class I would really like to take. Another one is Pop Culture and Theology, and this one I found very interesting. Magicians, Athletes, and the Gods. And they're talking about Thor, Atlas. Those are the gods they're talking about. So when you're talking about theology or philosophy, you have to think out of the box when you're at university. It means something very different. This is a great campus, beautiful area. People have been so friendly on campus. I think you really need to come check it out.